I thought once I had started Couch to 5K that the hard part was over, but these next few runs I'd realized that starting was actually the easy part and the hardest part was just staying consistent throughout this whole journey. Hi, if you're new here, I'm Lani and I'm a first-time mum to our little boy Nakaya. What the f is on my leg? Oh. Hi, I'm Lani, and if you're new here, welcome. I'm a first-time mum to our little boy Nakaya, and I'm documenting my journey going from couch to 5K, but with a much bigger goal in mind, and that is running a marathon. So looking back at the footage, these next few runs probably weren't the most exciting to watch. We didn't film a whole heap. We weren't in exciting locations. Nothing dramatic happened, but I actually think these runs taught me more than the first runs did. They definitely tested me, but I realized that sometimes consistency isn't always exciting, that it was actually pretty boring, and the excitement of starting running again had worn off, and yeah, it was just kind of boring. I also just wanted to make a little disclaimer. Sorry for how I look in these sit downs. I feel like I'm never looking my best in these sit downs because I obviously have to do it whenever it suits Nakaya and whenever we can. And it always happens to be on an afternoon after we've done a run. In the morning, my hair is slicked back and sweaty and not washed. And I have a pimple, which one seems to go, another seems to appear. But anyway, apologies for my appearance. And I do wear my hair in other styles than this, but let's continue on with the video. So the first run ended up being just on our block. Michael ended up staying inside with Nakaya to look after him. So it was just Creed and I. I don't think there was actually a lot of footage from this run, and not because anything went wrong, but because I just wanted to zone in and just get the run done. And it is kind of hard filming myself run. So I'm grateful for my cameraman, Michael. So looking back, I'm actually really glad I did this run. I feel like these runs are really easy to skip, like the simple ones where you think they don't really test you that much. No one's watching, you're not going to a public place, no one's doing it with you. I was doing it by myself. So I feel like those are the ones that are easy to just say, you'll do it tomorrow, especially when, I don't know, you just can't really be bothered doing it. And I feel like me showing up and still doing that was, I don't even know what my brain's thinking right now. What I'm trying to say is, even though I didn't like it at the time, and it was a run that was easy to skip because it was at my home, in my backyard that I had to go out into, which, yeah, some people would say that's a lot easier, but it's harder than you think because you need that motivation initially. I was running by myself and I don't know, I just wasn't really feeling it, but I feel like those are the runs that make you build into your habit of consistency, and they're the ones that really count.
Hello guys, and welcome back. So today we're here for a nice run. I don't think we're going by weeks, but we're here for another run. I did do a run yesterday, but I'll talk more about that later and go more into depth. I always get scared when there's rustling in the bushes. But yeah, we'll put the intervals in our Strava. Let's see how we go. I had a weird like hip pain twitch thing today. It's gone away now, thankfully, but let's get into it.
So for the second run, we headed over to my mum. Oh, sorry, I think I just might have shifted the camera with my big hooves. For the second run, we ended up going over to my parents' place, which is not the easiest place to run. It's probably like the worst place to run, and that is what I didn't like about starting running when Nakaya couldn't come with us. Was running at their place because the ground's really uneven. There's sticks, rocks, loose gravel. It's basically trail running. So instead of zoning out and being to look in front, enjoy, I found a lot of the time I had to look down so I didn't roll my ankle. But I feel like this run, something started to feel a little different. Even though I still wasn't fit, I was still out of breath, still unmotivated, but I feel like the concept of running was becoming familiar, almost like my body was not learning muscle memory, but it had muscle memory, if you know what I mean. And not my body had muscle memory, but like my mentality had muscle memory. My memory had muscle memory. Anyway, yeah, and I feel like I was just started to get into the zone of getting out there and doing the run, even though I didn't want to do it. And yeah, I just didn't want to do it. To be honest, I never really want to do a run, but I want that feeling of after you do a run. So at that point, I feel like I was getting into the habit of just it being a habit, basically. Getting out there, doing it, getting it done. Didn't want to do it, but I did it. So if you've been enjoying following us on this journey so far, we'd love to have you here. Don't forget to subscribe because we're going to be documenting my my entire journey from couch to 5K all the way to my very first marathon. And if you want to follow my runs in real time before these videos come out, you can follow us on Strava, and that is Lani and Mick as well. So one thing these videos don't always show is the things that happen between these runs, and that is looking after our son Nakaya, cleaning the house, cooking, trying to make time for each other, trying to stay on top of basic life pretty much. And on top of all of that, trying to fit YouTube around our life, which is actually more difficult than people know. In saying that, when you have a goal, I guess that's just what happens. Your life doesn't stop because you've got a goal. You've just got to fit that and work that in with your own life, which is what we are trying to do. So far, it's been a journey. And honestly, some days it's a lot harder than it sounds, especially we obviously look after our son, but on top of that, work, sleep deprived, I'm breastfeeding, that takes a lot more energy. And yeah, I feel like it's on another level trying to do running with all these extra things. But I'm sure there are a lot of mums out there that can relate. And also just everyone in general, not people who are mothers or breastfeeding, but just people in general who are busy with work, busy with life, commitments, trying to fit in exercise around that is not always easy.
Okay, that is the run done. We're just on the last walk now. Head back to the house, go see what Nakai is up to. That was okay. I'm just very thirsty. But yeah, we got it done, thirsty and sweaty. Catch you in the next run.
So the third run looked a little different again. We didn't have anyone to come with us, so I had to run by myself and Michael pushed Nakaya in the pram.
Good afternoon, everyone. It is the next day. We are out here for a run. I'm gonna run by myself today because Michael is going to push Nakaya in the pram. We didn't have anyone to come with us. So yeah, just gonna get it done. Same intervals as yesterday. We're doing a little warm-up walk now, so I'm probably gonna skip the 5-minute walk on Strava. But yeah, I can't really be bothered. My knees are a little bit sore, to be honest, but we just gotta get it done. Someone's in a good mood.
So towards the end of the run, Nakaya had had enough of being in the pram, so Michael took him out, carried him, and then I pushed the pram as we walked back home. So looking back now, moments like that pretty much sum up this entire journey. Nothing has gone to plan and nothing will go to plan, but somehow... Oh, my sister's here. Hello.
First run and I'm already out of breath. My knees are sore. It also feels so weird, like running on uneven ground then going on a flat surface. Anyway, when it's the walk interval, I'm walking back to Michael so I don't get too far away from him. So run forward, walk back.
Yeah, looking back at the footages of days like that where things just did not go smoothly or exactly to plan, it sums up our journey so far and probably what will continue to be our journey. But that is just how we're going to have to make things work. I got a toothache.
Guys, these are the longest minute and a halves ever. And I need to pee. I feel like I always need to pee when I run. So annoying. Anyway, I think we're halfway now. I'm gonna check. So we might turn back so we're like not too far away from the car when I'm done. Anyway, I'm dying.
So looking back at these runs, I don't think my fitness changed at all because it obviously wasn't that long of a time, but I definitely think that my mindset did. I stopped waiting for every run to feel amazing. I stopped waiting for perfect conditions, the perfect time, because the truth is that was never gonna come. And I just started accepting that everyone is going to be completely different. It's going to feel different, it's going to look different, and it's going to be different. There's also lots of planes flying around, so hopefully you can't hear that. They're flying like really low. At the end of the day, some runs are going to be hard, they're going to be interrupted, and some aren't even worth filming. And I don't always want to film all the time too, which kind of is a good and bad thing about this journey is I'm committed to sharing with you all, which I love, but some days when I have really bad days, I actually don't want to be filmed. But it does hold me accountable, and I actually like looking back at the footage, especially for like growth and motivation. It's always good to look back at the footage. So yeah, I don't know.
Guys, I'm so sweaty. That's the last run done. Just got the last walk and then 5-minute warm down walk. Mike was juggling Nakai and pushing the pram at the moment because he had enough of the pram. Anyway, I'm gonna catch my breath and we're gonna walk back. I can push the pram now. Okay.
So these runs definitely probably won't be the most memorable in the series. Nothing really happened. There wasn't a finish line, there wasn't a PB, but they're definitely ones that have counted and will count towards this journey that I'm on. But I think these runs will end up being some of the most important because this is where consistency starts. Not on race day, not when everything feels easy, but just on the boring days, the ordinary days, and the hard days. The days where nobody's watching, you're running by yourself, and the days that you just still choose to show up anyway. So those were the last 3 runs. Nothing spectacular happened, but that's kind of the point. Progress isn't always exciting, and sometimes it looks like just an ordinary run on an ordinary day. And I'm starting to really realize that, so I apologize for this vlog being underfilmed. I know I said I wanted to focus more on the runs and not film as much, but I think going forward we're definitely going to try and include more of the journey. Yes. Also, don't forget to follow us on Strava, because even though we don't film as much, or it obviously takes time to edit and upload the videos and you guys want to stay up to date with our runs, follow us over there and we will see you guys in the next video. Well, I'll see you. Yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye. Why did I do a double hand wave? Do I usually do that? I don't know. I'm so sleep deprived.